Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Lost. This is the second episode of the final season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it's available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. Speaking about links in the description, we are now running our top 3 favourite characters from the Lost franchise. Yes, characters that appeared in season 1, season 2, 3, 4, 5, and hopefully season 6 are all there to obviously be selected. Top 3 will be aggregated and shown in the final episode. Cannot wait to see you guys choose. Now, obviously, we're going to be watching a next series on the channel, link in the description to choose it. Looks like Prison Break is currently winning. We're going to continue daily uploads on the Patreon with obviously weekly uploads. Usually, you know, with the Lost series, we've been doing 7 days full on straight. But due to obviously stuff going on in my personal life and stuff, I need the extra couple of days here and there to do the editing with traveling and working. So we're going to go weekly on the YouTube, daily on the Patreon. Option for everybody if you're interested in that. Like I said, next show looks like it's going to be Prison Break, but you can obviously have your say. Link in the description. Now, last episode was interesting. We did start on the plane like I thought Jack was going to do, and he was looking out the window and he turned around and he was speaking to the stewardess and she gave him a drink and it was going all to plan. Now, what confused me a little bit is that we're also jumped to the island and Jack's still alive and the bomb blowing it up didn't actually work. It seems like we're running in 2 different timelines right now, which is pretty interesting for me. I'm all for it, if I'm being totally honest. You know, I would have no bother in watching an alternate kind of like world play out of what it could have been, you know what I mean, up into this new timeline that we're getting here, with obviously the aftermath of the craziness and the stuff that happened here after they actually dropped the bomb and they obviously set it off. Well, Juliet did. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see. But Jack's on the plane. He's speaking to Desmond. He sat next to him. Desmond wasn't on the plane originally, so it's obviously changed straight away. Hurley, no longer having bad luck. Looks like he's rich again and still bought his chicken like restaurant chain. But he said to Sawyer, I had great luck, mate. Nothing bad ever happens to me. Well, something bad was happening to Charlie because he was dying. He was locked in the toilet. He tried to swallow some heroin. Do you know what I mean? It must have got stuck and he obviously passed out. Jack had to come. He had to save his life. Now, Kate's still there. She's been escorted by the marshal. You know what I mean? It seems like everything, if I'm being totally honest, it seemed like everything was pretty much the same, apart from a couple little tweaks. Like I said, Desmond was on the plane. Hurley was a positive, you know what I mean, like with his not cursed anymore. But we also had Boone. He was on the plane, but he was not with Shannon. He said that he was unsuccessful in bringing her back, with Desmond obviously sat next to Jack as well. So a couple of little tweaks here and there in that storyline, but they landed. And obviously we ended the episode with Locke just being wheeled off the plane. So very interesting to see what we do with that side of the story. But on the island, Juliet was still alive. They dug, you know, they scraped, they pulled everything away. They've gone down, they grabbed her. She wanted to tell Sawyer something, and I thought she was going to say that she was pregnant. I don't know. I'm fully convinced that that's what she is. I don't know if we'll ever find out, but it looks like she actually died again. I thought she died last season. Pretty fuming that we kind of teased me that she might be alive and then died again in the first episode, you know what I mean? But now it looks like Sawyer's going to want to get revenge on Jack. He's blaming him for everything. We've also seen that SAYID is dying. You know, Jacob's come and he's spoken to Hurley and he's like, look, if you need to save him, you need to get Jin to take him to the place where he went with the French people. Basically, you know, that little cave that they went down. That's the only way that you could save your friend. Maybe it's a way we could save Juliet as well. I don't know, but now Hurley can actually see Jacob because he's died, and like I said, it is pretty much a gift. He can actually, you know, speak to dead people and see them. I don't see that as a negative, if I'm being totally honest, so I'm excited to see what we do with that one as well. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into the second episode, the final season of Lost. We're still actually not seeing what's in that.
It's not a guitar, man.
Then what is it?
Oh, maybe I get my answer.
You going with them?
Oh, I'm gonna bury her.
Oh, I'm assuming Juliet is actually dead then, and Sayid's still breathing slowly.
I'm not hanging back. You got it, boss.
You guys ready?
Whenever you are. We're gonna get him over the top.
We're going under.
We're bringing him in through here. He brings a book into a cave. And why is his arm missing?
Ah, that was a ruthless one, that wasn't it? He was yanked, yeah. You know that stick that Kate's got? It's better than the torch that Hurley has. Oh, we're getting the voices inside here. Decent. Can nobody else hear them? Is it just Kate?
Where's Kate?
Kate!
You'd start panicking, wouldn't you?
Let me go!
Hurley!
Oh, look at that. Imagine being Jack in that situation, just hearing chaos. I've seen somebody run at the back. Oh, that's decent, actually. Really, really is. You know what I mean? Like, they've obviously gone down there in the request of Jacob. He must have known that these people would be down there, like, surely. But maybe these are the people that do the whispers. I've always asked what's done that. You know what I mean? I try and read the comments all of the time. You know, like I said, I do get quite a lot of them, and it is quite hard. But, you know, I've been trying to do my best to read them. Somebody mentioned about the 3.2 million that I was asking, like, what, you know what I mean? Why was Miles asking for that? And he's saying, well, that was double what Widmore was paying. And I was like, yeah, it was, mate. It was. You know what I mean? That was one of the answers that I was trying to think of. You know what I mean? It's a question that I had. I know that he asked the guy who put him in the car, you know, he said money. And he's like, if you want me to stop, you know, I want double. But I never put two and two together that it was double, you know, for Ben in terms of that as well. Because he was there for Widmore, isn't it? So just little things like that. So I should always listen to you guys. You know what I mean? Literally. You always answer everything that I always miss. But it's hard sometimes as well because I get loads of comments and it's really hard to go through them.
Anything to declare?
Just a murderer.
I need to go to the bathroom.
All right, come on.
You got 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Oh, she took the pen.
You done?
Not yet.
All right, time's up. Get out of there.
1 minute.
No, open this door right now.
I swear to God, you don't open this door. I'm coming in there.
Oh my God. He just walked in here and attacked me. I need to get out of here. Wait, hold the door.
Look at him. He don't want to cause any commotion for himself if he's still a con man. Do you know what I mean?
We got a 341.
Yeah, we're on our way.
What's a 341?
That's confidential, sir.
Well, if it's confidential, how the hell am I supposed to know if I see one?
Ladies first.
Take care.
That'll do it, boss.
Stop calling me boss.
Are you thirsty? I think I saw some beers in the van. Construction guys hit him in the woods.
What'd she want to tell me, Miles? You're the only one around that talks to dead people.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It's not gonna help.
Just do it. Just
She's
ask
gone,
her.
James. It worked. That's what she wanted to tell you.
What worked?
Yeah, I actually think Sawyid's acting throughout the show's got better me. Like, he's showing some good emotions in his face. Wow, look at these. Got a proper way of life going here.
Guess we found the temple.
Sorry, I meant to meet you at the gate.
Well, I'm here now.
Cargo. You checked in Sydney? Yes, sir. A coffin? It appears it was never put on the plane.
When is it getting here?
But we don't know when it will arrive because we're not exactly sure where it is.
Do you know what, right? My question would be, if that happened in real life, would you be down to be like a big hefty sewage? You know what I mean? Like, would you be able to sue them big time? I reckon so. Like, that's not just like losing a bag and losing a couple £100. You know what I mean? Like, all right, you've lost a person who's already dead, but that's just a disrespect on life, isn't it? Like, that's showing no respect for a person and being. And do you know what I mean? Like, usually when someone dies, you know, you look after them, you take care of them, you dress them up, you make them look out, you know, like Locke, you know, he was in the coffin, he was prepared well and looked after. You don't just lose dead bodies, you know what I mean? Especially in transportation like that. And you know what I mean? Imagine if you never got it back, what would happen then? You know, like, that's crazy. That I'd be interested to know if that's actually happened in real life before, because I wouldn't know how I would react. I would absolutely lose my shit, honestly, I really would. But now things are obviously going a bit ski-whiff, do you know what I mean? Like, Kate's escaping, Jack's losing things, you know what I mean? Like, it looks like an alternate world, but you never know. Just because the one that you was in, you wanted to change it and revert back, the one that you was going back to could be even worse than the one that you actually ended up portraying and playing out. Do you know what I mean? Yo, this guy's in loads of shows that I've recently watched.
Who are you?
I know who they are. They're
Oh,
on the
no
first
way.
flight. Oceanic 815 along with me.
Shoot him.
Shoot him.
He said you would help our friend.
I'm happy that we're getting this revealed. Oh, yeah, that was on the island. Oh, we've seen that before somewhere. Is it someone's necklace?
What are your names?
Hugo.
Is that a list of worthy people? Oh, is it going down it?
Jin Su-kwan.
Kate Austin.
Jack Shepard. SAYID Jarrah.
Hey, excuse me. I carried that case across the ocean and, like, through time. So I want to know what that paper says.
The paper said that if your friend there dies, we're all in a lot of trouble.
He has travelled that case through a lot of different timelines, hasn't he? Literally, it started in the mainland and then just come here and flicked over everything.
This letter says the watch is a business gift. Can you tell me what business you're in? Anything over $10,000 has to be declared.
All right, no way.
You didn't declare this. Take her to the waiting area.
Miss Peg, do you understand any English? You should speak up now. No.
You know what, right? One of my best friends is Vietnamese, and honestly, he does. Mate, he's born in England, but all his family's Vietnamese. Like, literally, he can speak both. If he goes anywhere, don't want to speak to anyone, no English. Literally, it's just all he just pars everybody onto me. Somebody, like, you walking down the road and someone's trying to no English, sorry, no. Everybody gets pushed onto me, honestly. It works every time.
The water isn't clear.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
Is it not healing him?
If we do this, there are risks.
Do what you have to do. What are they doing?
Unconscious people hold their breath.
No. He's awake. Let him up.
Gotta wait for the sun to go down.
What are they waiting for?
I can give him CPR or something now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it had to be this way. Is he saying he's died?
Your friend is dead.
I mean, I give him CPR if I was Jack, to be fair. Never giving up. He is probably dead here though, but I reckon he'll probably be in the season in the other story. It's mad though, really. We've done Juliet and Sayid, 2 deaths in 2 episodes. You could tell it's a final season, can't you? Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not waiting around.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't think so, lady. There's a line. Should have been here.
Hey! Hey, what?
Go now!
Lady, I already have a customer.
I said go.
Hey! Hey! Stop the cab!
Thought you might like a little something to eat or drink.
This woman stressed me out throughout the whole show. She really has. Just how at peace she is with the island.
He took 4 of them out before one of them hit him with a damn rock.
He wants to know what Jacob told you.
Told me to come here. Said you guys would save Sayid.
I'm not translating anything I say to him, which means you totally understand me, dude.
When's Jacob getting here?
Oh, he's
I
dead.
don't think that's gonna happen, man.
You know, 'cause he's dead. You guys didn't know?
He doesn't know who killed him though. Do you know what I mean? He can't disclose that info, can he? Oh, they must have known that it was only him that could have killed Jacob.
Guess we're not getting out of here, huh? This isn't to keep you in. It's to keep him out.
What are you?
I'm not a what, Ben. I'm a who.
You used me. You couldn't kill him yourself, so you made me do it.
You should know. He was very confused when you killed him. I'm talking about John Locke. Do you want to know what he was thinking while you choked the life out of him, Benjamin? I don't understand. But it's fitting in a way. Because when John first came to the island, he was a very sad man. He was weak, pathetic, and irreparably broken. He was the only one of them who didn't want to leave. I want the one thing that John Locke didn't. I want to go home.
Where is your home though? Like, I don't physically understand who he actually is as a being. Do you know what I mean? Maybe, right, he is a person that's stranded on the island as well, just kind of like Locke did and everybody else, and he could never actually get away from it. You know, we've seen the island and its connections and the pull and everything. Like, everybody seems to stay, nobody actually seems to leave. Maybe this dude, but it's been there all that time and he actually just wants to get off. But what I don't understand is how is he physically this black mist? Like, how has he transitioned from being the man who we've seen speaking to Jacob to being the mist that could go around and kill Mr. Echo and kill all of these people, to transition back into a John Locke body again? And it's interesting that he can use the memories and he can still think and, you know, see what John was thinking. Now, the thing is, with John, you know, Ben is quick to think of his lies, and sometimes they're believable, and they actually fit the situation. So when he was saying, look, mate, I don't have time for you to kill yourself again. I needed you to die, and you have valuable information, you know what I mean? You was going to kill yourself, but I needed it. Then I didn't have time to talk you into killing yourself again, so I done it. I knew that he was going to come back to the island. That's just everything that I believed. At the time, I believed it because it kind of just does make sense. You know, there was time constricted. You know, realistically, somebody, like I said many times before in the show, like, he's not going to go and kill himself and then stop and then decide to kill himself in 2 more days. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it actually would work like that. You know what I mean? It's once the moment's passed, it's passed, and he couldn't wait for it, so he done it. But then it turns out that he was just lying. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a total lie from Ben. So, again, that was really interesting. Like, I would like to know specifically why he did kill Locke, unless the truth was he killed him because that was the only way that they could all unite, you know, because we've been told that as well. Like, that might have actually been the truth that he believed in his head, and it did work out in a way.
If you ever want to talk, I'm around.
Where are they?
We're in a temple.
We got caught by the others again.
Yeah. Only this time they're protecting us. I think. I'm so sorry. You know what you said back at the hatch? He's just trying to help us.
Well, I mean, it didn't help Juliet, did it?
He deserves to suffer on this rock just like the rest of us.
I will call you if I hear anything.
They lost one of my bags. What about you?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. They lost my father. He died in Australia a couple of days ago, and I flew down to get him. Coffin was supposed to go on the plane in Sydney, but it didn't.
I mean, how could they know where he is? They didn't lose your father. They just lost his body.
Same for me, that. I know he's trying to say it mentally or something.
Hope you find your knives. You mind if I ask what happened to you? I'm only asking because I'm a spinal surgeon. I didn't mean to.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. Surgery isn't going to do anything to help me. My condition is irreversible.
Nothing's irreversible. If you ever want a consult, just give me a call. It's on the house.
He knows, look.
Don't shoot him! Don't shoot him!
I'm seeing it. I'm still not believing.
It's good to see you out of those chains.
You?
Me. I am very disappointed in all of you.
If you've got something to say to me, then say it.
Either get up and come with us on your own, or I'll have you dragged out.
Oh my God.
What's that? He's getting up. Maybe someone else has took over his body. I don't know.
What happened?
Wait. That sound... Did he sound English then? Did he sound English? Do you reckon that's Eloise or Widmore? I don't even know. Mate, he did not sound like SAYID's voice then. That voice, what happened? It sounded English. I'm saying that's either Eloise or Widmore, but I don't know. Next episode will obviously reveal it to us. I want to know how people are taking control of bodies, but the Locke one, again, it's interesting because it's not taking control of Locke's body. It's a duplicate version. I don't know how that's happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the confusing part. But then, again, it's not confusing when you looked at it, is that people was alive in 2 different planes. You know what I mean? 2 different timelines. And technically, you know, you had Locke here and Locke there. And it did work, but one took control of the other one passed away, so they didn't really necessarily interact with each other, so it didn't mess it up. You know what I mean? Like, when you watch other programs and stuff like that, when people go to the future and the past, they say you don't meet yourself because it'll just confuse you, send you crazy. They never technically met themselves. There was 2 of them, and it was kind of in the same line, but like both of them was different people, and both of, well, Locke had died in the end before this one was kind of introduced. That's what I want to know. I want to know how they're getting in these bodies. Richard obviously knows that he's dead now, Jacob, because I'm assuming that that's what that firework was. It was a signal. I'm not too sure if everybody else knows, but he does know. And again, like I was saying, it's interesting. Like, I'm believing that that's not SAYID, even though it's going to be, what's his name? The actual actor, Naveen or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be the same dude, but portraying a different person. It's kind of like Nina Dobrev playing Catherine and obviously playing the main character. So I literally forgot her name, like the main cast member. What was her name now? Elena. Yeah. You know what I mean? One person playing 2 people. That's what Locke's been doing. He's doing really good as well. I feel like Locke, his personality, as he's come into it this season, or even when he returned to the island, to be honest, I could tell that he changed a little bit. He has like a little glow about him, more cockiness. You know, he's smirking and he's always kind of like gloating, but in a smug way, you know what I mean? And I think people have picked up on it as well on the island before. Like, does this Locke seem a little bit different this time around? And he is, you know what I mean? He's strong as well. I'd like to know if he could be killed, because I'm pretty sure last episode or something, he was hit with a bullet and it obviously just hit him and kind of like squashed, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't make no impact on him. It was left on the floor. He obviously turned into the monster, come in and killed them all. These guys obviously know who the monster is, or technically, like, that he's after them. Now, he said, obviously, that he wants to get off the island. He basically was saying, look, mate, you know, Locke, he come here, he was a person that loved the island, believed in it, you know, he could feel all the qualities and all the benefits that the island has to offer. But the one difference between Locke and I is that he wanted to stay on the island and never leave. I want to get off it. I want to go home. I don't really know where that is. And like I said, I would like to know how he's got into the position he's currently in. You know what I mean? But Jacob, he's obviously left this guitar case, which I thought was Charlie's, if I'm being totally honest. You know, I thought it was another kind of thing to replicate the original flight of somebody kind of being there. Charlie can't because he's died, but a possession of his could, and that was kind of like, you know, a substitute. But no, it seems like, I'm sure we maybe had that tag before, do you know, the circle, the cross, like maybe on someone's necklace. I've seen it referenced on the island before. He's obviously smashed it. It's got a list of names. And like I said, maybe it's Jacob inside of SAYID. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't put it past that. You know, he's a person, the big mysterious Jacob, you know, if his mate or his ex-friend or whoever wants to kill him could take possession of Locke, then maybe Jacob could take possession of SAYID, and then you'll get Locke and SAYID going against each other, which, to be fair, sounds pretty decent, if I'm being honest. Imagine the rest of the season, you've got like one army against the other, you've got Locke and SAYID fighting it out. Love to see it. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you've not yet voted for your most liked characters of the franchise, please do. Links in the description. 3 votes are allowed. Top 3 will be aggregated and shown in the final episode. Really interested to see, obviously, who the fan favourites are throughout the whole entire show. Now, really interesting stuff that's going on in the island. You know, Juliet's death is actually confirmed. I was kind of hopeful, maybe, at the start, you know, that she was still alive. But as we progressed into the episode, it was obviously, you know, portrayed to us that she'd stopped breathing. SAYID was literally breathing minuscule, and that is the reason why he could actually be taken to this temple to be saved. You know, it looked like it failed, if I'm being totally honest. You know, I was wondering why Jacob sent him there, for it to not actually work. You know, they've gone there to the temple, they've gone to the water. Now, they said that, why is it a different colour? You know what I mean? The guy cut his hand, he put it in there, it didn't actually heal him. I think that something's not going as planned. Maybe it's because Jacob's actually dead, so they've been a little bit confused because, you know, everything's kind of not going as it normally would. And that's why, obviously, when Hurley got took into the back room and he was telling them and he revealed that, obviously, Jacob had died, that they started going into panic stations. They started getting the walls up. They started setting the fireworks off to get the defences on, you know, high alert. You know what I mean? They know that the monster is coming. They're getting the ash out. They're putting rings around them, aren't they? They're trying to put them barriers down to protect themselves. An interesting thing is, you know, we've seen that woman, the air stewardess. I literally forget her actual name. But I've always asked, you know, what's she doing on this island? Like, where has she gone? Why is she so at peace with being here? You know, she's had no intention of really getting off. The 2 kids, obviously, that she was looking after are there now. They're grown up. You've seen them. They brought some food in and some drinks and that. She's fully behind them. She looks like she's loving her new way of life, to be honest. You know, we were told that John Locke was like the only person that actually come to the island that would, you know, actually want to stay and be there. But if you look at her, it looks like she's has no intention herself. It looks like she's actually accustomed to this way of life and she's enjoying it. So maybe that's a little bit of contradiction there. You know what I mean? Now, an interesting thing is, you know, we know that the person that's taken over Locke's body, what is his actual name? I actually don't know. I don't know what his actual name is or what we're supposed to call him. Are we just still calling him Locke or the monster? But he can reveal, like, he knows thoughts and feelings that Locke had prior to him dying. And he was saying to Ben, obviously, you know, do you know what he felt like in the last few moments that he was killing him? He was obviously confused. I mean, I bet he was confused, yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not going to put that past him. I bet he was absolutely baffled. But you know, at the time, you know, Ben told us that that was the only way he believed he could get everybody to the island. And he said that he knew that the island would actually heal him. But when we come here, you could tell that he was like seeing a ghost, you know what I mean? He was baffled himself. And obviously Richard's mentioned it before, that he's seen the island do crazy things. He's seen him long live, you know what I mean? Doesn't really age. Jacob's been there for all of this time. He knows the monsters around as well. But he's never seen the island actually, you know, resurrect somebody. So then that kind of threw my suspicion of maybe Christian being alive, you know what I mean, with the coffin, you know what I mean, when it's come to the island and Jack's gone to look for it and his body's not there. I thought maybe potentially, you know, he's been resurrected or something and he's kind of living his days out. He has been in the show quite a few times ever since then, do you know what I mean? I bet he's been in at least 20 episodes or something like that, at least a season if you kind of like accumulate them all together. And again, in today's episode, speaking about him, they lost the coffin. So obviously when Jack got to the island in the first one, you know, season 1, he went to find his dad, he was gone. Jack's landed in an alternate timeline. He's here in LAX. They've lost the actual coffin. Now, again, he's spoken to Locke, and Locke's actually saying they lost his bag of knives. And Jack's turned around and obviously said, look, mate, I'm a spinal surgeon here and there. You know, nothing's kind of pretty much. Basically, Locke was saying that nothing can ever be done for me. And Jack was saying, well, that's not the case. You know what I mean? Like, something can be done for somebody. It might not work for everybody, but it's never a definitive no. And if you actually want to speak to us, you know, what, a free consultation, do you know what I mean? Give me a call. Here's my card. So that's really interesting. I'm actually fascinated to see what's going on in this alternate timeline. Now, I'm liking what's going on in the island, but I always like the new kind of stuff being thrown in as well. So that's why I thought last season was decent, when we was getting quite a bit of everybody being off the island and their backstories and how they was living and what they was doing and progressing. But also I enjoyed what was going on the island. And I feel like if we jump through them both and we get different things here and there, it's going to be exciting, because obviously Kate's knocked out obviously the person transporting her. He got close. It's kind of like when people get too close with a gun and people snatch it off them. Do you know what I mean? He got too close to the door. She knocked him out. She's took his keys and now she's ran away. She's got in a taxi with Claire. First appearance, it seems like, since season 4. Maybe she's back in the show for the rest of this one. Maybe it's not on the island, even though technically it should be on the island, because that was the last time we seen her there. She didn't actually die, did she? I actually want to know what's happened to her and where she's gone. But interesting start to the season. I'm liking it. I would like to see well, I actually have no idea where we're going with it. That is the positive for me. You know, all this time I still don't know what the story technically is going to be and how we're going to conclude it. It is the final season. We're kind of running 2 different timelines right now. I kind of want Jin and Sun to reunite finally. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of taken a while. But I'm kind of liking Sun, and they didn't really connect in today's episode, but Sun and Ben's relationship have been pretty decent ever since they've come to the island as well. Ben's kind of been open and honest to her, hasn't he? Everything that she's asked, he's kind of been telling her. And again, speaking about them, they landed in LAX. You know, the guy was speaking to him about the watch. He couldn't speak English. He didn't disclose his money. They've been taken, and now they're getting questioned. So, doesn't seem like it's going well for most of them. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see how we play it out. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash the like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.